In this video, we are going to explore one of Iran's most complex aerospace achievements, which has caught the serious attention of military and space experts worldwide for its dual capabilities. Did you know the tech inside the Qaem-100 satellite carrier is exactly the same knowledge superpowers use to build intercontinental ballistic missiles, also known as ICBMs, for strategic defense? Today we are going to open the technical file of this rocket to see how Iranian engineers managed to change the rules of the aerospace game using solid fuel technology effectively. The Qaem-100 is a three-stage launcher that, unlike previous generations powered by liquid fuel, uses advanced solid fuel, which drastically increases launch preparation speed and operational mobility. Let's take a closer look at the beating heart of this system, the Rafale first-stage motor, which features a body made of composite materials and carbon fiber to significantly reduce weight. This powerful engine can generate a thrust equivalent to 68 tons, and its crucial feature is a movable nozzle that allows the operator to control the flight path precisely during ascent. In the second stage of this system sits the Salman space engine, which has a more sensitive task, managing and guiding the payload outside Earth's atmosphere with high precision and stability. The combination of a lightweight body and powerful thrusters has given the Qaem-100 tremendous acceleration, making it a highly efficient system from a technical engineering perspective for orbital insertion. The primary mission defined for this rocket is placing remote sensing and communication satellites into orbit, capable of injecting an 80-kilogram payload into an orbit 500 kilometers above the Earth. However, the point that has global analysts thinking is the dual-use nature of this technology, because any launcher reaching space has the potential to become a long-range missile if modified. This technology is rooted in decades of effort by Iranian experts in aerospace and mechanics, marking Iran's transition from reverse engineering to a stage of indigenous and advanced design. Using solid fuel in all stages is a major technical step that places Iran alongside the few nations that possess the complete cycle of this specific technology domestically. The first major test of this system was conducted in November 2022, which was a suborbital flight aimed solely at checking the Rafale engine and stage separation systems at high altitudes. Success in that test sent a significant signal to international observers that Iran's space program had entered a new phase of developing powerful, large-diameter solid fuel motors successfully. Of course, on the path to developing cutting-edge technology, challenges and failures are always present, and the launch of the Nahid satellite in early 2023 was reportedly not fully successful. However, these experiences are invaluable for scientists, and the data obtained from them paved the way for correcting systems and achieving success in future scheduled launches. The result of this perseverance was seen in January 2024, when the Qaem-100 successfully placed the Soraya research satellite into a 750-kilometer orbit, setting a new national record. This success demonstrated that technical issues were resolved, and the system had achieved the necessary reliability to perform sensitive space and potential military missions effectively in the near future. The successes of this launcher continued, and in September 2024, it placed the Qaem-100 satellite into orbit, proving the stability of Iran's solid fuel launcher technology to the scientific world once again. This consistency in successful launches indicates the maturity of guidance and control systems in the space industry, proving Iran has become a serious player in the exclusive club of spacefaring nations. Now, let's turn to Western expert analyses which believe this rocket has strategic applications. They argue if a warhead replaces the satellite, its range would be massive and strategic. Technical estimates suggest that by changing the payload and flight trajectory, this system has the potential to achieve intercontinental ranges, meaning distances greater than 5,500 kilometers if deployed militarily. Iranian space commanders have also spoken of more ambitious plans involving future models, the Qaem-105, 110, and finally the Qaem-120, designed to reach much higher orbits eventually. The ultimate goal is reaching the GEO, or 36,000-kilometer orbit, and accessing that altitude requires power equivalent or even greater than standard intercontinental ballistic missiles globally. International media outlets are closely monitoring these developments, and some believe Iran is building infrastructure that allows access to any point on the globe via these advanced systems. However, Iranian officials have always emphasized that the main goal of these programs is peaceful and space-oriented, though the created technical capability naturally establishes a form of strategic deterrence. However, converting a satellite carrier into a military ballistic missile has its own challenges, one of the most important being re-entry vehicle technology for returning to the atmosphere safely. Keeping a warhead intact under temperatures of several thousand degrees during high-speed re-entry requires advanced materials and highly complex aerodynamic knowledge that must be rigorously tested. The next issue is accuracy and guidance. Placing a satellite in orbit differs from hitting a target on Earth, requiring precise inertial navigation systems and satellite corrections for the final attack phase. There is no official report of long-range re-entry vehicle tests by Iran yet, but progress in the accuracy of medium-range missiles shows this knowledge is locally mastered. Recently, rumors circulated online that Iran secretly tested an ICBM, and some unofficial remarks by a parliament member fueled these speculations across various social media platforms extensively. But closer examinations and satellite imagery analysis suggested the launch in question was likely related to a test of the Zuljana satellite carrier aimed at space goals, not a missile. At times, people have seen strange lights in the sky over various cities, sparking missile rumors, but officials declared them to be air drills, aircraft trails, or merely visual illusions. Nevertheless, military observers believe Iran continues its engine and ground tests confidentially to ensure the readiness and performance of its new and developing systems away from publicity. The reaction of nations like the United States and European powers to these advancements has always been one of concern, as they believe the line between space programs and military missile development is very thin. They recall UN resolutions and try to use diplomatic tools and sanctions to slow down the progress of Iran's missile and space programs as much as possible internationally. In contrast, Iran argues that accessing space is the undeniable right of any nation for development, citing vital applications in agriculture, disaster management, and telecommunications as key reasons. Furthermore, in today's chaotic world, possessing indigenous space technology for information independence and not relying on foreign countries' data is considered an unavoidable necessity for sovereignty. Another important aspect of this technology is its ability to be used on mobile platforms. Solid-fuel rockets like the Qaem-100 can be mounted on mobile road launchers for rapid deployment. This feature significantly increases the survivability of the system in critical conditions, making its detection by enemy spy satellites much more difficult than identifying fixed launch sites on the ground. Experts believe that by developing the Qaem rocket family, Iran is completing its deterrence puzzle, aiming to reach a capability level where no country considers a military attack viable. This strategy, known as active deterrence, is built on possessing the ability to retaliate at any level and distance to guarantee the nation's national security against threats. Ultimately, it must be said that the Qaem-100 is just the beginning of a much broader and complex program, and we will surely see powerful generations of rockets being unveiled in coming years. It is predicted that Iran will soon attempt to send heavier satellites into higher orbits, which itself requires massive engines and highly advanced technical knowledge to achieve success. These developments show that technological sanctions have failed to stop the train of Iran's progress, as domestic specialists have found creative ways to bypass technical and engineering obstacles. Today, Iran is the only country in West Asia that possesses the indigenous ability to build and launch satellites using entirely Iranian launchers, and is expanding it further. We are watching a historic chapter of scientific and technological development in the country's aerospace industry, which could have long-term effects on Iran's geopolitical and scientific standing globally. The Qaem-100 symbolizes the reality that space knowledge is no longer a monopoly of a few great powers, and new players with indigenous capabilities are entering the arena of space exploration. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end of this technical analysis and watching the video. What do you think Iran's next space step will be? Human spaceflight or GEO satellites? Write your valuable opinions for us in the comments. And if you are interested in military technology discussions, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future documentaries.